I want to show you the logic behind train fares. Here it is. It simply does not exist. And once you accept that, you can make some serious savings.
The big trick is split ticketing. It makes absolutely no sense, but can save you a fortune.
So, for example, if you're going from London to Penzance, you know it stops at Plymouth, well, you check out the price of a ticket from London to Plymouth, Plymouth to Penzance, and compare that to the full journey.
And Joe Venuto is the perfect example of how to do it. When he changed his job, the annual cost of the hour-long commute into work made it barely worth getting out of bed. Joe was travelling from Leamington Spa to Reading 2 or 3 times a week. That's 88 miles and cost £53 each time. Over the year, the figures were astronomical.
It would have cost roughly about £5,500. And that is obviously out of my pocket, which was not something that I had.
Much as he loved the job, Joe couldn't afford to continue until he discovered how to split.
I remember seeing Martin Lewis talking about splitting tickets. I thought it was about time that I investigated whether it could be cheaper doing it another way.
The idea works like this. Instead of buying 1 ticket for each leg, you buy 2 or more tickets for the constituent parts.
I'm buying a ticket from Leamington to Banbury return, and then I'm buying a Banbury ticket to Reading return.
For each leg, it's the same journey, the same train, the same time, even possibly the same seat. The only difference is you've now 2 tickets rather than 1, and it's much cheaper.
In Joe's case, over 50% cheaper.
So the total for that journey is now costing me £25.10, as opposed to £53.
Finding out whether you can save cash splitting tickets is simple.
You need to know where on the journey the train stops. Now, the best place to do that is the Transport Direct website, but you can also use the National Rail website, or you can even call up National Rail Inquiries and simply find out all the different stops, especially the main hub.
Once you've found out where it stops, it's just a case of trial and error to find whether, like Joe, you can make huge savings.
I am saving probably about £3,300 per year. I'm not out of pocket now. I can actually manage to go to work and do the job that I love.
I should quickly say that's the official number for Rail Inquiries. If you dial 0121 634 2040, you can do it even cheaper. I don't like 0845 numbers. Ruth?
A couple of questions on this then. If you're splitting tickets, does it matter if you're travelling at peak time?
No, in fact, sometimes it's better, because if you think about it, if your journey went from started a peak journey, but then went off-peak, and you bought a ticket for the peak portion and a ticket for the off-peak portion, it could be even cheaper. It's another good way to save.
OK, brilliant. Is it legal?
Yes, it's legal. I wouldn't say otherwise. Totally legal. The Association of Train Operating Companies said it's perfectly legal to do, provided your train stops at that station. That's the key. What I wanted to ask you, do you tend to book at the station and pay at the station, or do you book in advance?
I usually book at the station.
Really? How often before you go do you tend to know where you're going and when you're going?
So I like to, between 2 or 3 days.
This is interesting for me. I want to ask everybody here a question, actually. I mean, we all know that the earlier you book, the cheaper it is. Everybody knows that. I'm not going to tell anybody. It's not rocket science. If I said, when's the last time you could buy an advance ticket? 3 months, 3 weeks, or 3 days? Who would think it was 3 months? Hands up. 3 weeks? 3 days? I have to say none of you are right. If you were in a bus on the way to the station, you could try and book it. Shock? Surprise? I'm going to prove it to you now. Now, I've got a phone in front of you, Obi. Let's say I know somewhere you tend to go is Sheffield. Now, I've set this up so I know the price you would play at the station, because otherwise I wouldn't have a clue of what that was. Yeah. I want you to call, if you had to go tomorrow morning and try and book a ticket to Sheffield at 7:25 tomorrow morning for me. The phone's there, the number's right in front of you if you want to give that a go.
Brilliant.
OK, go for it. Now, this phone is on silent, but I can hear what's being said, because for legal reasons we can't play you the other side of the phone call. So we're going to wait and see what's happening with Obi now.
Either on the 5:18 train or the 8:18 train.
Right. The guy on the other end of the phone is just looking for the ticket prices now. Now, I have to tell you, if you went to the station tomorrow morning and bought this ticket for a 7:45 peak time ticket, it would be £142 London to Sheffield return. So, fingers crossed, he's going to be able to get a better deal just by booking what? The evening before. £43 on the way. On the return, £21 on the way back. So 43 there, £21 on the way back,
Okay.
which is £64.
All right. Well, thank you very much for the information. Cheers. Bye.
Surprised?
Very surprised.
You would, if you booked tomorrow morning, £142. By calling up and booking the tickets now on the phone, £64.
Wow.
Simple, but incredibly powerful.